For thousands of years, people have searched for a sunken kingdom, an ancient city swallowed by the sea. A place of immense beauty, unmatched power, and catastrophic destruction. They called it Atlantis. But was it ever real? Or is it just one of the greatest myths ever told? Join us as we dive deep into the origins, theories, and mysteries behind the legendary lost city of Atlantis. This is not just a tale of sunken cities, it's a story that spans continents, cultures, and time itself. The first person to ever mention Atlantis by name was the Greek philosopher Plato, over 2,300 years ago. In two of his dialogues, Timaeus and Critias, Plato described Atlantis as a powerful empire that existed around 9,000 years before his own time. According to him, Atlantis was a massive island located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we now call the Strait of Gibraltar. It was a highly advanced civilization, wealthy, sophisticated, and militarily powerful. Atlantis had grand palaces, canals, gold-covered temples, and incredible technology. But their pride and greed led to their downfall. Plato said the gods punished them. In a single day and night, Atlantis sank into the sea, vanished without a trace. But here's the thing. Plato claimed it was a true story. He said it was passed down from Egyptian priest to his ancestor, Solon, then to him. Was he telling history? Or teaching a moral lesson about the dangers of arrogance? Many scholars believe Plato invented Atlantis as a cautionary tale, a fictional utopia meant to criticize the political systems of his time. After all, no ancient Greek text before him mentioned Atlantis. And some of the details sound too perfect, like a city built in concentric circles with fountains of hot and cold water, advanced irrigation, and flying machines. Still, others believe he was describing a real place, one that could have existed before the dawn of known civilizations. And that leads us to the real mystery. If Atlantis was real, where was it? Over the centuries, explorers, archaeologists, and conspiracy theorists have all tried to find Atlantis. Many locations have been proposed. 1. Santorini, Thera, Greece. A powerful volcanic eruption around 1600 BC wiped out the Minoan civilization on the island of Thera. Some say this real disaster matches Plato's description of sudden destruction. 2. The Azores, Atlantic Ocean. This remote island sits exactly where Plato described Atlantis, in the Atlantic Ocean, beyond the Pillars of Hercules. Some believe remnants of Atlantis may lie beneath the ocean floor here. 3. The Rick-Hart structure, Mauritania. Also known as the Eye of the Sahara. This mysterious, circular formation in the African desert strangely resembles the ringed city Plato described. 4. Antarctica. A more fringe theory suggests that under the ice of Antarctica lies a forgotten ancient civilization, maybe Atlantis itself. And there are many more, the Caribbean, Spain, even the Americas. But so far, no proof. No temples, no artifacts, no ancient texts confirming its existence. Only clues and questions. Here's another possibility. What if Atlantis wasn't just one place, but a memory? A collective memory of civilizations destroyed by natural disasters thousands of years ago. Throughout history, we hear of floods and sunken lands. The biblical Great Flood. The Indian story of Dwarka, Krishna's lost city beneath the sea. Indigenous legends from the Americas and Africa about lands swallowed by water. Even archaeological sites like Göbekli Tepe in Turkey or Yonaguni off the coast of Japan suggest advanced cultures may have existed far earlier than we thought. Could Plato's Atlantis be a distorted memory of real events passed down for generations, until it became legend? Atlantis continues to fascinate us. It shows up in movies, video games, books, and even New Age spiritual beliefs. Why? Because it taps into something deep inside us. A longing for lost knowledge. A desire to believe that we are not the first to walk this earth with intelligence, power, and purpose. Some believe the Atlanteans had free energy, healing crystals, and secrets we haven't yet discovered. Whether real or myth, Atlantis is a symbol of what once was, or what could have been. So, is Atlantis real? No one knows for sure. Maybe it was a real city, swallowed by time and tides. Maybe it was a warning from a philosopher who wanted to teach future generations the danger of unchecked ambition. But maybe, just maybe, Atlantis is still out there, beneath the waves, waiting to be discovered. A mystery that reminds us how little we truly know about our past. Because the deeper we search into history, the more we realize how much is still lost. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Atlantis myth is its technological advancement. Plato described a civilization far more sophisticated than others of its time, some say even more advanced than we are today. But where did this knowledge come from? Some theorists believe the Atlanteans had access to free energy, perhaps from the Earth's magnetic fields or even from mysterious crystals. Others claim they mastered flight, anti-gravity, and underwater vehicles. These ideas may sound far-fetched, but strange discoveries in other ancient sites keep the curiosity alive. Perfectly drilled holes in granite from thousands of years ago. Carvings of what look like airplanes and helicopters in Egyptian temples. And megalithic stones that modern engineers still can't explain. Is it possible that Atlantis, or civilizations like it, possess technology we've long since lost? Or are we projecting modern dreams onto ancient myths? Atlantis isn't the only tale of an advanced, lost civilization. Across the world, other cultures speak of similar cities or lands. In India, there's Dwarka, the golden city said to have sunk beneath the Arabian Sea. Divers have found ruins of the coast, real ruins. In Mesoamerica, the Maya and Aztecs spoke of Aztlán, a mysterious ancestral homeland said to lie far to the east, possibly beyond the ocean. In the Pacific, stories of Lemuria or Mu describe a vast land swallowed by the ocean. And from West Africa to the Amazon, legends of cities lost to floods, earthquakes, or gods are surprisingly common. Are these different names for the same forgotten truth? Or is the pattern just part of humanity's imagination and fear of nature? Let's turn to science. In recent decades, modern technology, like sonar mapping, satellite imagery, and deep-sea exploration, has allowed us to look for ruins like never before. And there have been some intriguing findings. Strange structures off the coast of Cuba and Japan that seem man-made. The Bimini Road, a stone formation near the Bahamas, believed by some to be remnants of an ancient harbor. And even ancient maps, like the Piri map, which show Antarctica's coastline, ice-free, drawn before it was supposedly discovered. Yet mainstream archaeologists often dismiss these claims as pseudoscience. They argue that natural formations are being misread as human-made, and ancient legends shouldn't be treated as literal history. So where's the line between curiosity and conspiracy? And why does the idea of Atlantis threaten modern scientific views so much? Whether myth or reality, Atlantis continues to shape how we think about our past and our future. As we face climate change, rising sea levels, and natural disasters, the story of a lost city destroyed in a single day suddenly feels more real. Are we repeating the same mistakes? New AI models and underwater drones might one day discover what humans could not. Maybe a satellite will uncover a sunken city. Maybe a buried artifact will confirm the impossible. Or maybe Atlantis was never a place at all, but a warning left behind in myth, so we never forget the price of power without wisdom. In searching for Atlantis, maybe we are really searching for ourselves. Beyond its technology, Atlantis is often linked to ancient spiritual wisdom. Some New Age thinkers believe the Atlanteans were not just scientists, but spiritual beings who understood the energy of the universe. They speak of crystal technologies, chakra alignments, and sacred geometry. It's said the Atlanteans were deeply connected to nature, the stars, and the Earth's magnetic field. That they built temples aligned with cosmic movements, just like the Great Pyramid of Giza or Stonehenge. Some even claim that Atlantis was the center of a global consciousness, and that after its fall, this spiritual knowledge was carried to Egypt, South America, and Asia. Is there truth to this hidden wisdom? Or are we only imagining a paradise that once was? Now we enter controversial territory. Some believe Atlantis was connected to extraterrestrial beings, specifically, the Anunnaki, ancient gods mentioned in Sumerian texts. According to this theory, the Anunnaki visited Earth thousands of years ago and shared knowledge with early humans. Atlantis, then, may have been their base, home to a hybrid civilization that combined human and otherworldly intelligence. These ideas are supported by carvings of flying machines and strange beings, the sudden rise of complex civilizations with no known origin, and stories from all over the world of gods descending from the sky. It's a theory mainstream historians reject. But for many, it offers an explanation for Atlantis' mystery. What if the knowledge of the gods was real? Atlantis was destroyed by a great flood. But this isn't just Plato's story. Across the globe, cultures tell tales of great floods that destroyed ancient worlds. The Epic of Gilgamesh, one of the oldest texts on earth. The Bible's story of Noah. Hindu legends of Manu, who survived the massive flood with sacred knowledge. Aboriginal Australian stories of the Great Drowning. Even in West Africa, the Dogon people speak of times when water changed the earth forever. What if all these stories are echoes of a real, global event? A sudden flood, or a rise in sea level that wiped out coastlines and civilizations thousands of years ago? Could Atlantis simply be one name for a tragedy that reshaped the ancient world? Another idea suggests that the knowledge of Atlantis wasn't lost. It was hidden. Some believe the survivors of Atlantis spread across the world, bringing their wisdom to places like ancient Egypt, Mesoamerica, Tibet, and even the Celtic Druids. They say this knowledge was encoded in symbols, stone structures, and secret schools, passed down in silence through the centuries. Books like the Emerald Tablets, said to be written by Thoth the Atlantean, speak of an underground hall of records hidden beneath the Sphinx. Are these just legends? Or are ancient secrets waiting to be found beneath our feet? Atlantis doesn't just belong to the ancient past. It's also become part of modern conspiracies. Some believe secret societies like the Freemasons or the Illuminati guard Atlantean knowledge even today. Why? Because the lost technology, if real, could change everything: free energy, anti-gravity, spiritual awakening. A world no longer controlled by money or power. According to these theories, certain elite groups suppress this information to maintain control. Of course, these ideas are controversial. But the question remains: why are we still drawn to Atlantis after thousands of years? Could it be because deep down, we feel the story isn't over? So, let's imagine. What if one day, we do find it? Imagine standing on a sunken street, once filled with people, stories, dreams. Imagine discovering books, machines, or art from a world we never knew existed. How would history change? How would religion, science, and politics react? Would we finally understand our true origins? Or would we be forced to rewrite everything we've ever believed? In many ways, the search for Atlantis is the search for human truth. Not just whether a city sank, but whether we've already forgotten what we were truly capable of. Narrator. If you enjoyed this journey through ancient mysteries, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you won't miss our next episode. And let us know in the comments. Do you believe Atlantis was real? Where do you think it might be hidden? Until next time, keep your eyes open. So, after all these centuries, is Atlantis a myth, or was it real? You decide. Let us know what you believe in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into ancient mysteries, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with fellow explorers of the unknown. Because history is not just about the past. Sometimes, it's the key to understanding the future.